The federal government can't fix a lot of what happened in the past.
That the federal government broke?
The federal government breaks a lot of shit. But
I
that
know.
doesn't mean that the federal government, then you need to sue the federal government. If you
With what money, Vance? With what money?
Okay, well, you want me to give you the money? I can't give you the money.
No, but this is where parents are at. We have had our lives devastated.
If you want to give me something that shows document A says this, federal this, federal this, I am positive that the federal government influenced the county police or whatever. I bet that happened. I bet it did. But that doesn't mean you have a cause of action.
It is in black and white. I've sent you links to it.
No, you haven't. You haven't sent me links.
I sent you the link to the Americans for Liberty report, the smoking gun report. We sent you the dossier. I'm the first name on the dossier. It is all there. We took my case and some others and we put them in a file and we sent them to DOJ. I don't know what's going on with Ed, but we sent that to Ed. We brought it to Vince Haley. We've talked to him in person. I sat there and personally told him my story. We've been all over the media. I don't want to be contentious.
The Merrick Garland memo of October 2021 may go down as the most noxious,
This is the one, yeah.
memo in the history of the Department of Justice.
If your mom and dad showing up at a school board meeting, somehow you need to be investigated. Somehow you're a threat. You're a domestic terrorist threat. They went one step further to the Garland Department of Justice to actually take away parents' rights. If that weren't bad enough, then they went to the Department of Justice under Garland and specifically said, you can go into school board meetings and treat these parents as terrorists.
The Attorney General well understood it without any help, and he just took the awesome power of the Attorney General's office and he placed it at the disposal of a group of activists who wanted to frighten and silence by frightening parents who had traditional values.
Because of the chilling effect that the actions of the Biden administration had on parents, there are a lot of parents in our schools today who are afraid to do anything about it because they saw what happened to their neighbors.
It really is a dark day for the Justice Department that Merrick Garland would allow himself to be used in that way. Attorney General Pam Bondi withdrew the memorandum, and I think that's an important corrective.
There is a vast gulf right now between all of these people and the American people who are still struggling. Parents who committed suicide, estranged families, and you can do the PR all you want. And I'm not trying to be hostile here, but I'm here to tell you the reality. In the court of public opinion, it's not going well right now.
I'm not worried about the court of public opinion.
You should be.
But then do your thing. I cannot change what public opinion is.
Understand that they wanted to take our children away. They took our home. We had death threats. A guy who was online threatening to kill my family multiple times. The FBI investigated me for that. He took us to court. It's hard to come into the DOJ that for so many years was pursuing us, making our life difficult, targeting us, calling us terrorists. And the first time I came here, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to the belly of the beast.
That got to be triggering.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had never been arrested. I thought I'm going to go to jail and be away from my family. That was terrifying for me. I'll be honest. But to come here and to say there's different people here now, and now we can work with these guys and we can resolve this. That's what I want. I want to resolve it. I know you can't fix my life. That's up to me. However, I think there are some simple, tangible steps that everybody, from the media to the public to even government officials I've spoken to, representatives, they say this is a win for the Trump administration. And I haven't had high hopes that, well, I thought maybe through the Department of Justice, eventually we can adjudicate this. We can get some cases. I've been told there's a fund if you sue the DOJ. That's an impossibility for me. The statute of limitations alone. However, I think there are some really incredible positive things we can do. I think that film's going to be good. I think it's going to be even better if you have a press event with these parents and kids and my daughter who says, I want President Trump to get me a new bed. is we couldn't take my bed when we had to flee Tucson. The PR potential on this is massive, and the shot of adrenaline in the American people who frankly are going really negative right now is immense. And I want that for my country because I want to see this administration succeed.
I know.
That's my heart. And if that was any different, I would have taken $2 million back in 2021 as a settlement for that first arrest. I would have fought. I chose not to fight for myself because I wanted to help everyone else. And we want to believe in you guys. We want to help you. We want to make this a win for everybody. I'm the one that has to hold my wife at night when she's weeping. We adopted a little boy for a single mom who went to prison for J6. We expected to keep him for 4 years. She ended up being there for 2 years. We love the American people. We want to help. We want to serve. But even so, when the J6 people got their pardon, my wife texted me. I was traveling. She said, I have mixed tears of joy and sadness because I'm very happy for these people. But I dared to imagine that we could have something like that too. And I think the very simple thing of recognition of the DOJ publicly acknowledging and apologizing to what happened to these parents and holding them up, that's huge. If we never get an ounce of justice or restitution, that in itself will be amazing for people. And I think it's not as heavy of a lift as J6 or saying they were patriots and, all the politics there. I think these politics are easy because who's going to believe a school mom is a terrorist? I mean, honestly.
Well, and I agree with you on that. When you put stuff out into the biosphere of the media that says, you better do something by January 15th or else, my response as somebody who was a journalist and has a master's degree in terrorism, my response was,
Am I not supposed to be recording your...
Yeah, don't record that. So my response, as well as the whole DOJ, was, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Do not threaten us.
Where was the threat? The threat was to say, we're just going to talk about how nothing's been done.